ABC in English Grammar, a basic course in English Grammar based on 3 key concepts by C.N. Rao. Introduction. Before I start my presentation, let me quote a text from Kathopanishad of Hindu literature. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavaihi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavaihi. This is a joint prayer by teacher and disciple to God. It says, may the learning that we are engaged in become success. May there be no misunderstanding between us. May we work together towards our common goal. Let us imbibe learning spirit from the holy text and move forward in our joint venture of transfer of knowledge. This is a short duration course lasting for about a week. It is tailor-made to teach English grammar to students in a very easy way. Please pay your attention. We shall start the presentation now. Language is a medium of communication. It is a means for conversion of thoughts into spoken or written words. It is a carrier of thought. Without language, we cannot bring out what is there in our minds. Grammar of a language. This is a set of rules that establishes structure of a language. It determines forms of words and relationship among words in the language. It is a prescriptive rule book. It is both art and science for a language. Grammar of a language is like formulae in mathematics. Knowledge of grammar is essential for a person to enable him to express his views candidly in any particular language. Without adequate knowledge of grammar, one cannot communicate well. English language. English is a linked language. It is not confined to any single nation. It is a language of the world. With increasing usage of it in science, technology, industry, trade, culture, and ever-expanding realm of communication, it has become an international language, with many nationals becoming citizens of the world, and the world itself shaping out into a single global village. Learning English has become order of the day for all people throughout the world. English grammar. Like any other language, English too has grammar of its own. Learning English grammar is imperative to establish command over communication in English. Studying and mastering it completely is a huge task, but we must have basic knowledge of it such that we can communicate well. Importance of English grammar. English grammar is a base for good communication skills. Without adequate knowledge of it, we cannot express what we want to say clearly and confidently. Many people have a strong need as well as desire to express what is there in their minds, in their own words. They may be working professionals or students pursuing studies. They can do what they want to do only if they are well aware of grammatical rules that govern the structure of sentences in a long ways. They cannot express what they want to say unless they have grip over the language. Knowledge of grammar is vital for good communication skills. Learning English grammar and developing communication skills in English are all the more important due to growing acceptance of English as an international language in many walks of modern life. It is particularly so in case of people for whom English is not a mother tongue. Many students who are in pursuit of engineering, commerce, mathematics, medicine, and sciences have a misconceived notion that languages are not as important as main subjects of their course and neglect learning languages. In the process, they deprive themselves of developing skills of communication that are very crucial for success in their futuristic life. In the modern world of globalization, predominated by communication, no knowledge of English is a big handicap. A person with command over English has better prospects for growth in career as compared to a one with no command over it. English grammar is simple. Many individuals having vernacular languages as their mother tongues think wrongly that learning English grammar is very difficult. They think so because of two main reasons. One is, in many educational institutions, English grammar is not introduced to students in an easy to understand way. It is not taught as a specific subject. It is taught in many bits and pieces spread over many academic years. Second is, English grammar, as covered in a grammar book, is a huge bank of rules, exceptions, acceptable and unacceptable norms of usage. It is like a sea. A very look at it creates a feeling in a reader that studying grammar is a tedious task. Once the English grammar is simplified and is presented in its entirety, I am sure everyone will appreciate that learning it is not very difficult. Wonder of wonders is, when we don't know about a subject, we get panicky at the very mention of it. We tend to toy with it once we get to know about it. It applies in case of English grammar too. Please mark my words. Allocate 1 week of your time for this course, and I shall make you familiar with basic rules of grammar. Once you are on your feet, you can take off by yourself. Degree of knowledge. Degree of knowledge required to be possessed in English grammar is not the same for all people. It is different from student to student, depending upon nature of his studies. But familiarization with the basic rules of grammar, as required for good communication skills, is a must for everyone. English grammar has hundreds of rules and exceptions that determine the structure of the language. It is impossible to master the subject as a whole in a single go. Best way to learn it is identifying what bare minimum knowledge is required initially for a fledgling learner and being confined to learn it. About the course. Structure. The present course comprises of 3 modules. They are Module 1, Terminology, Module 2, Tenses, Module 3, Transformations. Duration of the entire course is around 7 days. Objective of this course is to lay basic foundation of English grammar for learners such that they can compose correctly sentences of their own. This is meant for all learners, either students or others, who want to learn English grammar for improvement of their communication skills. Content of this course is highly concise. It does not intend to make a beginner proficient in the subject. Highly simplified meanings are used for terms referred to in this course. Please refer to a standard text for detailed definition. The concept of terminology, tenses and transformation is used in presentation of this course. It is engineered methodically to implant a bird's view of English grammar in young minds. Conclusion. Before I finish, I would like to draw your attention to one point. That is, rules of grammar are deterministic. There is no leeway to bypass them. They are required to be memorized with religious spirit without questioning the rationality of them. I strongly advise you to understand clearly canons, concepts, usages and practices prescribed in various modules of this course and get them simply by heart. I also advise you to practice the exercises given at end of Module 2 and Module 3. Regular practice of composing sentences of your own will help you get firm foothold on English grammar. I earnestly hope that you participants, after undergoing this course, will get adequate knowledge to express yourself confidently in your own words. Once you become thoroughly familiar with the basic rules of grammar, refer to any standard textbook on English grammar and enhance your knowledge further. Let us take part in the learning process actively and work together to make the exercise a grand success. Human effort is a precious element. Once we are together to invest our time and effort in the learning, let us get full returns on what we invest. Thank you. Now we shall get into the main subject.